What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So if you can tell, I'm down here in my laundry room because they are outside playing their car music and it is loud, okay? But anyway, I'm just trying to drown out the sound. But I didn't want to be late giving y'all this review, so here we go. This is Black Ink Crew, Chicago, Season 7, Episode 6. This platform is Black Ink Crew. Let me just tell you this. I can really just sit here if I wanted to, if I can just go down the list and go down the line about all the bullshit and all other lies that Charmaine has put out. I just want to know, it's a lot of dick riding going on, and I just want to know, do the cast members of this show actually sit back and rewatch the episodes or watch the episodes when they air? Okay, I know a couple of them do. Shout out to Kit, you know what I'm saying? And just because I'm shouting her out don't mean that I'm biased or whatever, but I call shit out the way that, you know, I need to call it out. Okay? Mama said she been watching my shit since before she got on Black Ink Crew. So shout out to you, boo. But listen, fuck that. Put that shit to the side, you know what I'm saying? And let me just say this. You're a good one, because I remember when you first got on Black Ink Crew, Kid, I ain't really fuck with you like that. I thought you was a little stuck up bougie bitch. Okay, that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? You still give a little bit of those teas, but I'm on your side in this situation. I will say that. Okay, it's not being biased. It's calling right what's right. Okay. After what happened last week on last week's episode, baby, just about everybody that I watched their reviews, they basically was calling that bitch out. Calling Charmaine out. And I hate the fact that I have to call her a bitch, but what I cannot stand is when a person cannot take accountability for their actions. Okay, and that is why I'm sitting here like, y'all rewatch these episodes when it airs. Okay, I know y'all was filming it and y'all lived it, but you literally got Charmaine telling a totally different story to make herself look good in the eyes of Brian and Don and the men. Okay, and that's what gives me that pick me vibe, and that's what gives me, you know, a lot of her actions, especially in this episode and at the end of last week's episode, that misogyny. Okay, we already got men out here that's disrespecting women, and yet you, another black woman, gonna get up on this show and on this platform, since y'all talking about this is the Black Ink platform, you up here disrespecting this black woman. For what? You disrespecting both of them to make yourself look good in the eyes of these men. These men who disrespected the shit out of you multiple times, okay? Listen, I could just do this whole review about what happened at the end, like, and Charmaine, like, it just was disgusting. The episode starts off with Ryan and, you know, the guys being there, and they talking about what happened at the convention, and Ryan is giving what he was told, okay? You know, you trying to make it seem like you really didn't know all the stuff that was going on, and you didn't like the way that Drea was coming, and I just did not like the fact that this episode was like a gang up on Drea at one point. Okay, and I'm sitting here like, even if you don't know everything that was going on, you saw that Drea literally was just sitting there doing her tattoos. Was she getting all up and getting rowdy or whatever? No. The only one that did that, Kit, she did that because I was reading some of the tweets, and what was said was, the producer guy was basically over there trying to get her to go over there and talk to them, like start up a conversation. I ain't finna go over there and talk to no fucking Charmaine for no goddamn scene, and you over here disrespecting the hell out of me. But you want me to fight? You want me to act the ass? Like I said, I wish she wouldn't have went there and showed her ass a little bit, but I understand the reason why she snapped. Because there's only so much a person can take by trying to be the bigger person while I'm standing over here listening to you kikiing and talking down on my motherfucking name to people that I don't fuck with, okay? And I'm just sitting here like, wow, production, y'all crazy for that, okay? Y'all really crazy for that, you know? And if that's probably what really pushed her over the edge, was the production trying to get her to talk. No, we don't do stuff like that. We trying to be authentic, okay? And we not finna try to contrive no scene just to get something for the TV or whatever, some drama, when these people was over here talking cash shit, all right? You know, Ryan wanted to get the crew back together, and I'm like, sir, whatever. He got an issue with, yeah, and remember, he did say that, you know, basically Charmaine is him. Charmaine was him, and y'all remember them seasons, was it season 5 or whatever, or season 4, season 5, where he was going a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay, with the power that he possessed. he was doing a whole bunch of mess, and I was calling his ass out then. And now it's Charmaine doing the stuff, taking this power that she supposedly or allegedly has to her head, okay? And she's doing it wrong. And see, the difference between Charmaine and Ryan is Ryan been in the game long enough to do some crazy stuff like that. I could see him doing that because he knows exactly what he's doing, but he was doing a little bit too much. You, on the other hand, you don't know what you're doing, okay? And you trying to make it seem like you do, but you really don't, all right? Meanwhile, Prince is up in his feelings. Prince and his feelings about the whole situation. And I'm sitting here like, you know what, at this point, Ryan also said he had an issue with Kit because Kit came at him for the Anthony situation. And, you know, Ryan, you are showing that you have not learned, okay? You have not learned from this situation that you did with Anthony, and I don't feel like you're truly sorry. Because every time you talk about him and you talk about the actions that he took in response to the action that you did, the wrong that you did against him, you make it seem like he is a bitch for saying or feeling some way, or he extra sensitive or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because he telling the dudes, well, the reason why I don't really like, we kind of fell out, me and Kit, because, you know, I was out here in Vegas or whatever when all this stuff was going on about, you know, the Anthony situation. He coming on the internet putting this stuff out, and then she telling me I need to stop doing this and I need to stop doing that. Like she jumping on a train, just automatically taking his side, not realizing that all of this stuff happened 2 weeks ago. Well, how was she supposed to know that it happened 2 weeks ago? Because you ain't say nothing, okay? And even if it happened 2 weeks ago, I mean, I get it. You know, you wrong, you wrong. I'm gonna tell my friend that they wrong. Maybe she could have just hit you up, but would you have said anything to her? Would you responded back? Or is you just mad? Are you just mad because of the fact that she, I guess, put it on the internet? I don't even know if she did it on the internet, okay? But, you know, we get Kit's version. You know, she talking to Steven on the beach or whatever, and, you know, he tell her about the fact that while they was at the convention, you know, Ryan had offered him a spot, like a guest spot at 9 Mag. And, you know, he just wanted to put it out there. And I sat here and I was just like, you know what, kid, please don't be one of them bitches that's be like, listen, if you fuck with him, you can't fuck with me. Because that man trying to get his cash, and that's it, okay? He can work with them and get his cash, because his issue with him ain't, your issue with him is not his issue, okay? But fair enough, she didn't do that. I said, all right, because I was about to go the fuck in on your ass, okay? And then, you know, she gives her version. She just said, basically, I told Ryan to stop subbing, because some of the stuff that he was saying, it was like he was subbing Anthony in that situation. And he was, okay? He was. In that whole situation, I'm just like, you know, are you really mad at that? Because everybody was calling your ass out. And I mean, I get it because it's somebody that was close to you. But it's like, what else is there? That's why I feel like we're not getting the whole truth, okay? Meanwhile, you know, Ryan, he at the tattoo shop. He had told the guys that he was going to take like some time off because he's about to go to a new therapist to understand why he's been acting the way that he's been acting. Because you's a toxic mother. That's all that is. From one toxic bitch to the next. I understand. I know. Okay. But see, let me tell you something. I'm a mature toxic type of person. Okay. You know, I'm toxic in the sense that I can identify the fact that I'm toxic and I try to correct my ways. Your ass will just identify that shit and you will still keep going. So what are we accomplishing here? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Absolutely nothing at this point. And so, you know, as that going on, Steven comes in and, you know, he asks him about the guest spot or whatever. And Ryan is basically like, I'm going to let you do it. But as long as you're not going back and getting involved, because I feel like you got an alliance with Kit, as long as you're not going back and getting involved in the whole situation and y'all doing that pillow talking type of stuff, they ain't even on that level yet. Y'all doing that, according to them, okay? Y'all doing that pillow talking stuff or whatever. We good, because I've been in situations where Kit had got close to certain people and then they told her stuff and then she used it against me. That probably did happen, but at the same time, you don't trust this man to just be himself and to think for himself, okay? Everybody ain't out here trying to do you dirty, all right? And what type of secrets do you got that you don't want nobody? That means you be doing a lot of dirty shit if you so worried about somebody putting your business out there, Ryan. What's going on with that? What is going on with that, Ryan? Okay. But Steven just don't look like the type that'll get involved in any of this mess, okay? Truth be told, I didn't even understand why he was at the meetup at the end. Because that ain't had nothing to do with him. You just a guest spot, okay? But anyway, moving on from that, Prince, like I said, Prince, he getting up in his feelings. Charmaine wanted to call a meeting, with the rest of the tattooers and all this stuff, with the people that work at her shop, okay? And, talk about the convention. And once again, let me talk about Drea. Drea came there being ratchet. Drea and Kit, they was being ratchet. They was being rude. They was being this. They was displaying all this disgusting behavior. And I'm sitting here like, no, ma'am. It was you, okay? You started that shit, all right? And you kept on falsely putting out that narrative that Drea was being ratchet. Drea was acting ghetto. No, Drea was clearing shit up, okay? And she did not come at you with like she was finna beat your ass or whatever like that, which she could have, and she would have been in well reason, okay? And Prince, he was in his feelings about the fact that he did not sign up to tattoo with Black Ink Crew, but to do it with Second City because he's the lead tattoo artist. And then not only that, he had to give 50% of his earnings to Ryan, okay? And at this point, he's in his feelings because he feels as though, Charmaine fucked him over, all right? And he was like, you gonna give me 50% back? Of course she not. She not. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, so now you see where Drea's coming from. And then later on, Charmaine got into her feelings because she felt like Prince ain't sticking up for her, and, up there with the Drea situation. It's like, now you trying to side with Drea and all this stuff. If more than one person is coming to you with multiple issues, and baby, the common denominator is you, Charmaine, okay, at this point. It is you. That is 3 people in your shop now having an issue with you that used to work with you or still do. I don't know if he's still around. Okay, if he is, he needs to get out and go somewhere else, to be quite honest. All right. Meanwhile, he done got him a little boo. Okay, little Mariah go back like babies and pacifiers. Okay, let me stop. But she was a friend of Charmaine who came in to get a tattoo during the pandemic, probably like a year ago or so. And they hooked up or whatever, and he was venting his frustrations to her. Like, he was like, I ain't gonna quit on her, but something gotta change. And I was like, see, you should have spoke up when Drea was speaking up, and you should have backed her up. That's what you should have done. Now it's coming to bite you in your ass, okay? Moving on from that, what else was going on before we get to this? Goddamn that. Girl, it was like 60-something degrees outside today. What is happening? Okay, and then it's going to go back down to 40 or 50 degrees tomorrow. A mess, okay? But anyway, this situation, and I failed to mention this last week because I just forgot. But I was taken aback by it, and I was disgusted by it, okay? Her husband, Nick. Now, Nick, I liked you at first. And I know at this point, you literally just trying to take up for your wife, okay? You trying to be a good husband, and you trying to, be that listening ear, and, okay, yeah, that's what you want to let her vent, and then you offering your opinion, and you trying to seem like you on her side, even though I feel like that she wrong, okay? But publicly, you trying to make it seem like you standing by your woman. But even though you need to just call her ass out. They in the bed, talking about what's going on with her father and all this stuff, And see, that's what got me. Charmaine, you got me when you had this, you started this out with talking about the health of your father. And that's why I felt so bad for you. Because I wouldn't know how that feel, and I wouldn't want to experience that so young, losing a parent. And you lost 2, okay? And then you showing you showing it. So maybe all of the stuff that you're doing right about now is because you're going through it. You grieving your mother, and then you don't know what's going on with your father, or like you said, you waiting for that call to come that was going to come soon, okay, about your father passing away or whatever. So maybe you just acting out. It's still no goddamn excuse for the shit that you're doing. But, I mean, people probably want to use that. But, she's sitting up there talking to Nick about what happened at the, the convention and all this stuff, and how Drea did her wrong, and you put Prince up in a bad spot or whatever, and all this negative stuff. You just talking negatively of other people, but not talking about the actions that you did. Okay, baby, this was happening because of you. These people did not come at your ass because, oh, I woke up today and I feel like I wanted to be mad at somebody, so let me just pick somebody out, any, meeny, miny, mo, and it landed on Charmaine, so let's come in and start some stuff and lose my job. Okay, no, that's not what's happening. Okay, and Nick, let me tell you something. You got your ass up there last week when Drea was going over there getting the booth set up and everything and situated, and you was up there helping, and your ass said, we don't need, we got it handled over here. We ain't hurting for cash over here. We don't need money like that. You said some shit along that line, okay? And I that did not sit well with me. You need to shut the fuck up. I don't care what your wife tells you about shop business, about women's business at this point, because that's two things that was going on. It was shop business and it was women's business at the same time. You needed to be quiet and keep that stuff to yourself. And then you're going to shade her about the money situation. Baby, if y'all was rolling in the dough as you said y'all was, and y'all didn't, and money wasn't a factor or an issue to y'all, why is it that Charmaine couldn't pay for the whole convention herself? Because what people are failing to understand and what Charmaine is failing to convey is that Drea helped put this shit together, and Drea paid half of the stuff. So therefore Drea is entitled to half of the booths and shit that was there. Okay? This is your fault, Charmaine. Like I said, Nick, you shut your ass up. Okay? You just be quiet. That's what you need to do. Listen and shut the hell up. That's what you need to do. Okay? Fast freaking forward. We get to this. I don't even care if, okay, Steven do a tattoo, that was cool or whatever. Let me fast forward some stuff. I don't even care because it's pissing me off. It's pissing me off. Ryan ain't liking the way that things are going because they feel like, this is supposed to be a crew. This is what we started off as. We started off as a crew, and this is a platform. We need to be acting like one or whatever. So let's all meet up and let's have this conversation like we on Martin when the CD player was missing. No, we don't need to have no conversation like this, okay? Like, the show is called Black Ink Crew, but that don't mean that everybody gonna be on the same terms and on the same page. It'll be boring then, okay? If everybody is doing the same thing and following the leader when the leader is wrong. All right. At the end of the day, they had Drea on what, FaceTime or whatever, and Drea was trying to put out her grievances of what happened and what popped things off, and the way that she was saying things and calling out the issues that she was having. And of course Charmaine is trying to say that that's not what it was and all this stuff. And then Don is like, coming in, this is a platform, this is a crew, and that's your boss, and regardless we gotta do. No, that's not what it is. Okay, I don't give a fuck what type of platform this stuff is or whatever. Okay, I don't care what it is. Ryan was saying the same thing. All right, that's what y'all talking about. We trying to make money over here, and if money is doing this and without this you want to be. No, okay, Drea, don't come back on the show next year, okay, or whatever. Say no to it, because at this point they don't respect you. They don't respect you. Charmaine don't respect you, and everybody else don't respect you at this point either. All right, sometimes we got to put that money to the side and worry about our integrity, worry about our respect, because what I won't do is allow somebody, I don't care if you're the owner of something, I will not allow somebody that is incompetent to come at me in a negative way or to try to paint me in a negative way. And at one point, like I said, it was gang up on Drea, and I just did not respect that shit. Okay, and when Prince was trying to explain what happened in the shop with Drea and Kit, and because Charmaine was sitting there, baby, Charmaine made my blood boil, because when I tell you she had this nonchalant, condescending ass look on her face as if she absolutely did nothing wrong and she was the victim. Okay, she's the victim. They did this to me, she said this to me, it's my shop, and they didn't want to listen. That's how she was fucking sitting there acting. Okay, and Prince had to open up his mouth and to say, no, when they had that meeting, You know, we sitting there talking about Charmaine and her family or whatever, and then the energy did kind of shift, you know, when Kit and Drea came in, and we was talking about this and we was talking about that. Now you lying. Prince is up here giving an inaccurate. No, Prince said what exactly happened. Okay, and Charmaine, you keep on trying to make it seem like Kitty got up on your ass. You got up on her. Okay, and at the end of the day, with this Charmaine situation, it disgusts me. The fact that y'all working with people that y'all don't trust. It disgusts me that this woman will sit here and then call out you know, Drea about sleeping with somebody in the shop, or basically almost like she's sleeping her way through the shop or some shit like that. And I'm sitting here like, what the hell that got to do with you being an actual boss and knowing exactly what you know supposed to be doing? Okay, Drea called her out about not knowing what she's doing as a boss, you know, as a tattoo artist or whatever, or a tattoo shop owner. You know, she gets in her feelings because Prince said this is the reason why a lot of people feel like, y'all playing into the reason why a lot of people feel like women shouldn't be owning tattoo shops. Look at what you're doing. I hate to say that, but I agree. Look at what you're doing. You're being very much incompetent. You're being very much incompetent. And then you go to the blow because you can't take the fact that people are calling you out on your mess, and you can't own it, and you can't take accountability for it and responsibility for it, and just say, okay, I hear y'all, I'm gonna put my ego and pride aside. But you go and talking about, oh, well, Prince, you sleeping with who? Okay, your car was outside somewhere else's house for the past night. You was messing with Mariah. You know her from the shop from me. And then tried to imply that Prince was fucking around with Drea. Okay, and I'm sitting here like, wow. So we're going to go this misogynistic ass route too again? In front of these guys. You know they always saying women be sleeping their way to certain positions and shit like that to get ahead and all this stuff, and you gonna play right into it. And it is so funny that you do shit like that. It's the hypocrisy for me. It's the contradiction for me, because your ass has been in the same situation. Bitch, Charmaine, did you forget where you came from? When you first started as a goddamn secretary on this goddamn show, bitch. One of the first things I vividly remember of you was Don fucking you up in a bathroom in the old Line Mag location, in that sink breaking, and Ashley coming in there about to beat your ass. You was a fucking sad bitch, okay? To Don, okay? So what are you talking about? And I'm pretty sure you did it with him multiple times. Like, come on, let's stop. Why would you bring that shit up when you got a fucking pass? And like they said, they weren't even doing nothing because he got a fucking girl. Like, what was the point? That's that deflection, because you couldn't take the heat, so let's deflect on somebody's pussy. That's what it was. And I'm sorry that I had to say it like that, but that's what it was, okay? And then Kit and Ryan get into it because, you know, Kit trying to understand what is it that you don't fuck with me for. I mean, like, what's the issue? And it's the whole thing about Charmaine, and like Kit said, at that convention, to see the people that you was cool with going and talking and kikiing it up about her to somebody that you know she had an issue with, and that they wasn't cool with either. Girl, did I get it? They wasn't cool with either. I did not know. I knew Ryan and Caesar wasn't like best of friends anymore like that, but I didn't know that they actually talked. But they was just sitting there like everything was all good. Charmaine, I ain't know had an issue with Caesar either, but Kit put it out there that they really wasn't feeling Caesar like that. But now all of a sudden, because y'all not feeling Kit, you sit there kicking with him about her. Who needs friends when you got enemies right there in front of your face like that? That's fucked up. That is fucked up. And then Ryan, you going off on this girl because of the way she handled the Anthony situation. You fucked up in that, okay? You messed up, and your problem is you don't like people telling you that you messed up, all right? And to tell you that you need to stop doing what you doing. If you publicly out here doing some stuff, I'm going to publicly call your ass out. That's what the fuck Kid did. Yeah, she could have texted your ass, but hell, you probably wouldn't answer. And then shit, you making an ass of yourself. Let me continue with you. She was trying to stop that shit, okay? And now you getting pissed off and you going at her, and it's like, Oh, what is happening? Don had to pull him out, and even Don was like, I'm confused as what's going on. Like, my brother needs some goddamn help. Oh, y'all is doing me in. But let me just tell y'all this. Black Ink Crew, even though they pissing me off, a couple of people, to be quite honest, the show is giving me what I need, okay? Because listen, because Love and Hip Hop, the past couple of seasons, Atlanta and Miami, they've been giving me what I need, okay? I ain't really had to go off like this, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. If I missed something, I really don't care, okay? Y'all will fill it in, but we on the same page. I don't feel like repeating everything that happened because it's literally the same thing that went down last week. All I had to say last week is practically what I had to say this week. But y'all tell me how y'all felt, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.